Hello and what's up guys, this is Krishim Negi and in today's video we are gonna know about data types that are present in Java programming language. Basically data types plays a very important role in any of the programming language. Okay, so we are gonna know more about them today and let's get started. First of all, let's create a new class as we created it yesterday. New Java class. Let me name it KN02. Okay. Now let me create a main method. main method. And before practicing our data type, let me tell you which data types we do have in this programming language. See, we all have our integer, comma float. We have integer, float, double, then our character, our string, and at the end we have boolean. See, we have all of these data types which are present in our Java programming language. Okay, now these data type takes different space and are used for different purpose. For example, this integer data type, it is used for storing the numeric values. Okay, and there is some specific range of this integer that I doesn't remember exactly, but you can check out in Google or book. This float, it stores the decimal values or the value with decimal point. Okay, for example 1.1, 2.1. Now what does this double does? It also stores the decimal values, but the difference you will get to know within some time. Okay, I'll tell you now, only I'll tell you, but let me explain this character, string and boolean. See, character, it stores single character. Single character means, for example, it will store only A. Okay, and if you write APPLE, it will ignore all the characters after A. Only single character it is used for storing. Now our string, it stores string. String means it stores sentences, or it stores numerous characters in one variable. Now that finally it came to boolean. Boolean, it stores the value true or false. Basically it is used when we are comparing something, it is bigger than this or not, true or false. For that we are using it. Now let me tell you one more thing. Integer is written as int. Now this int, it is having several other smaller data types which are present inside it. Means, for example, you are making a program for a mobile phone that is having 1 GB RAM, and you are making another program for a mobile phone that is having 6 GB RAM. So in both of them, you can, in 1 GB RAM you have less resources to use, in 6 GB RAM you have more resources to use. So there our data type helps, as the smaller data types help us to store the smaller or use the smaller resources. The bigger data types use the greater resources and help us to store numerous many things. Okay, now in integer there is smallest is byte, after that it comes to short, after that it is integer itself. Okay, let me write it int only. After that it is long integer. Okay, long it is written. Now this byte, it is also known as bitwise operator. It stores only 8 bit. It's very smaller value, only 8 bit it will store. And this short, it can store 16 bit I guess, or 2 bytes also we can say it. Int is storing 32 bits and long is storing 64 bits. Long is the biggest one. Okay, so their range varies. The range you can check out in Google. Okay, now let me tell you something about float. Okay, float is also having. Now let's know about float. FLOAT. Now float is also having two types. Like we can say floating data types, or float is also having 2 types. That is, one is float only and another is double. Both of them stores what they stores, decimal values. But float is having a smaller range, double is having a bigger range. Float is using 32 bits, Double is using 64 bits. Okay. Now character and string are simple. They are not having any much type, but string, there will be a separate video on string. It is a what we can say, it's a long topic. And one more thing I would like to tell you, this character and string sometimes are considered in a similar category of character types. Okay. And this boolean is for true and false. Now let's try to use them. Okay, there are two types of initialization. First is int a is equals to 10. This is one type of initialization. Now another type is int b comma c, and b is equals to 20, c is equals to a plus b. No, let's not do it plus operator, I'll tell you in next video. Okay, so these are different types of initializing method. Here what we are doing, we are directly initializing the value of a to 10. This is known as static initialization. At that particular moment we are initializing the value. Okay, this is known as static initialization. And here it is known as dynamic initialization. Here we are creating a variable, and after that we are initializing it. Here we are initializing it to, we have created a variable b, and after that we have initialized it to 20. What does this b box stores? It stores 20. So there is two types of initialization. Let me write it. First is static and second is dynamic initialization. INITIALIZATION, initialization. Dynamic and static. This one is static. It is our static initialization, STATIC, and this is our dynamic initialization. Static and dynamic. Okay, so we do have two types of initialization. Now if you have seen, or if you are writing programs from before, so if I do here a plus b, so which type of initialization now this will be? This will be also dynamic initialization. Okay, this is not static initialization. This you need to understand. Okay, now let's use the print statement and print these all things. Now listen this thing carefully. When you are printing some variables, you just need to print them without any inverted commas. Okay, you can print them like this only, a comma b, like this. Let me check we can print it or not. Let me run this one. No, we cannot print it. Okay, we cannot print it. So what we have to use, I'll tell you. Wait a bit. See, there is error. We cannot print it like this. How we have to print is, we have to write plus. Now if you will write simply a plus b plus c, there is gonna be a error, or your output will be wrong, I'll guess. See, your output it came 60, but I don't want the output 60. I instead want the values. So how I'll do is a plus, then a string I'll apply. This is blank string. Okay, this is to tell that we do not want to add them. Instead we want to print them. What is the value of that is stored by them? It is a value that is stored by them. Oh, wait a bit. Plus, here one plus I left. Now let's check it out. See, now you'll get the right output 10, 20 and 30, a, b and c. Okay, here you can put the space to get space, or in order to get space. Now okay, now you got the desired output which you want. Okay, like this you have to print when you are printing numerous variables, or you can simply print them in next line also. This will be also very easy. Now let's see about hierarchy of operator, or hierarchy also it's known as. Now what is hierarchy? For example, here I am using int. Okay, let me use some more data types in order to make it clear for you. So let us use our very own after int, let's use some characters, and after that a small thing I'll tell you about float and double. Okay, now let's use our character ab is equals to. Now whenever you are printing a character, you need to get this single comma. Okay, single quoted inverted commas. Okay, single only. So here I'll press A, only A I can print. Now let's create a string. See, the S of string should be capital. This is only for string, that its S should be capital, is equals to. Now here we need double inverted commas. Here you can print some bigger or longer sentences. Okay, let's print them. Let's first of all let's print AB, then let's print BA. Now let's check out what's the output of our program. And these comments are simply ignored by the compiler. See, we got the output A Krishan Negi. Okay, now let's change it to A anybody can dance. Let's change it to this and let's run it. Now there is error. Why there is error? Because this is the character and you have given it a string value. Okay, so this error is shown by the compiler whenever you are doing this type of things. Okay, now let's play with double and int. Now if I'll write int and float. Okay, int A is equals to 2 and float 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 B is equals to 2. Both of them are having value A, means both of them are having value 2 only, but their output will be differ. How it will differ, you will check this out. Sorry, run. Okay, see, now where I have used int, there the value is 2, but where I have used float, there the value is 2.0. Why it is so? Because it is storing which type of value? Decimal type of value. Therefore 0.0 by default it has applied to it. Okay, now let me tell you an interesting thing about float and double. Float A is equals to 2.3, double B is equals to 2.3. Now let me print both of them, A, B. Let me run it. Wait a bit. A is equals to 2.3. What is the error? Possibility. What's the error? All of these are commented out now. Well, let's run it. Double to float. See, there is a error. Let me do it like this. Now there should not be any error, I guess. See, now there is no error. Okay, so this only I would like to tell you that whenever you are using this float and double, these two data types in a single program, there will be error. So in forward of float you have to write this F, and in forward of double you have to write this D. Okay, got it? Otherwise there will be error, which I showed you just now. You see, the value is same. If I remove both of them, now there will be a error or an error. I don't know which article is possibly right here. See, there is error. Now let me change it to this. Now there is no error. Okay, so this you need to remember when you are playing with float and double both in a single program. Now let me tell you one more thing, that is hierarchy of operator. This I would like to tell you. Now what is basically hierarchy of operator? When you are playing with multiple operator, for example in this single program, although I commented it out, I have created some integer, some float, some double, and some character and strings also. Okay, but whenever you are playing with all of these operators, for example if I write int A is equals to 20, and let's write float float B is equals to 3.0 F. Okay, and now system.out.println a plus b. Now let's check out what's the output that the compiler is going to give us. So the output is 23.0. okay, so we got the right output. But now the question arises, this output is integer or floating type? This is the question. Now it's visible that it is having a decimal, so it would be a floating type. But if I change it a bit, if I write here byte, and if I write here short, then I'll not store it like this. Okay, if I write it, let's take it into only. Now let me compile and run it. See, there is the output 23. But now tell me, which one is this output of? Is it a byte, it is a int, or is it a short? Which is this one? I don't know. If I created a short also, short, if I created a short and then slice it with 5 plus c. Now let's check it out. What is the output? It is 28. But now tell me, out of these three, which one is the data type of this output? This 28? That we are not knowing, है ना? And to overcome this problem, there is a concept of hierarchy of operators. Now let me make you very clear about it. See, hierarchy of operator is a sequence which tell us whenever different types of data types will be used. So at the end, the output will be converted in which type of data type. So there are basically there is a sequence. I would like to tell you the sequence. I remember it. It's first of all byte. Wait, let me create bullet for it. What's this happening? Okay, let me write it. Byte, char, any character. Then it's short, means short. Short means short only. Yeah, it's an integer type. It's storing integer. Then it's int, means integer. Then it is long, means bigger integers. Then it is, what is it then? Then it is float, and at the end it is double. Double is the largest of these. That's why we need to specify which is float or which is double. That's why we need to write F or D. Okay. See, these all we are having. So this is the hierarchy of operators. Now what does this hierarchy of operator tells us? This hierarchy of operator tells us when there will be addition. See, for example, here there was, let me decomment it. For example, here there was byte, int and short. Let me make one more, that is of long. Long d is equals to 1 2 3 plus d. Now if we'll see the output, it will be simple, an integer 151. It's simply an integer. But now how we'll get to know it, that which type of data type this is of? This is byte, int or short. That we got to know from hierarchy of operator. This byte is the smallest. It is having the smallest place in the hierarchy of operator. That's why it's at the top. The last one is having the largest place. Okay, means the increasing order is from upwards to downwards. Okay, you got it. The increasing order is from upwards to downwards. See, you are playing with different type of data types. Now you should know that which data type will be converted to which whenever we are writing this type of values. Okay, so this is tell us by the hierarchy of operators. Like if you are adding byte with int, so who is down? Int is down, so it will be converted into int, the output. Now you are calculating with byte, short, int, long, then which is down? Long is down, so the output finally will be in long integer type. Float and double, when it will be added, the float and double type will be added, then the output will be in double. Float and byte type will be added, output will be in float. Basically the lower one is the data type which the output is having. Got it? Okay, so the increasing order is downwards. Now let's understand this example, this one with the float addition. Float a is equals to, let me comment it, otherwise there will be some kind of errors. Float a is equals to 3.25 and double, sorry, let me make one more. Double b is equals to 2.365. okay, let it, I've not commented it out, that's why it's showing error. .75. okay, now it is double and it is float. Now there is no error. Now let me print their addition or their sum a plus b. Now what is the output? Let's check it out. See, the output is 6.0, but which type is of? It's of double type. Why it's of double type? Double is below float, that's why it's of double type. Okay, I think this concept is clear to you, and these are the programs which I have told you. Okay, first one is differ from beginning. It's not the first one, I guess. Okay, this is the first one only. Differ between static and dynamic initialization. This is your first program. Your second program is using char and string. Basically this we will be using whenever we are gonna do some big programs, or in the coming programs. All of these only we are gonna use. For example, for simple addition to different things. Once we got to know about operators, then we will be playing with them only. And tomorrow in videos coming on more on operators. That's also very interesting video, very interesting point that video is gonna cover. You must watch it, or you should watch it. It will come tomorrow. Okay, here we are using int and float. This is the fourth one. Here we are using differ data types, and at the end here I have told you hierarchy of operators. Okay, let me write it. It is also known as hierarchy or hierarchy, what all you call it. Sorry, not of operators, of data types. HIERARCHY, hierarchy or hierarchy, whatever you call it. Hierarchy of data types. So this is the one. Okay, and at the end this we have used. This is the very important point, that you should write f and d respectively in front of float and double. This should be remembered by you. So that's all for today's video. If you like it, do share it with all of your friends, and tomorrow there will be a new video which will tell you about the more on data types. So it will be also a very interesting video, so don't forget to watch it. Please hit that subscribe button along with the bell icon. Till that time, bye and stay tuned.